thank you for tuning in. I wanted to tell you a little bit about my story today. It's a small piece of it, but it's a relevant piece. And I've been lately connecting the dots looking back, and I've discovered that this particular piece has had a theme that replays in my life over and over and over again. And not even just in a health piece. So it is a health piece. It is centered around food, my thoughts around it, my life built around it, my life built around the restrictions of it, the punishment for it, and the abundance that's around, right? So learning to maneuver the waters, learning to work out properly, the right way, what to not eat, the good and bad in exercise, the good and bad in foods. And, for a long time, it served me really well. It served me enough to leave some behavior as a teenager, extreme behavior of not eating and skipping meals and purging, to heal from that. And it also led to a lifetime of chasing 5 pounds. So I don't know if you've ever been there too, but it's a form of chasing perfection. And that perfection showed up in multiple areas of my life because avoiding that or breathing into it even more, it's a form of protection. And I protected myself from ever gaining weight, from ever feeling the disdain of being teased as a child for being overweight, for not being admired or perceived as perfect, for not working hard enough. So I developed all these layers of protection for myself to be able to achieve. So achievement equaled attention. Achievement equaled acceptance, and achievement equaled love. So the more I achieved, the more my love for parents came in, the more people wanted to be my friend, the more they wanted to know how to do it. And so I substituted the lack of love for myself with performance, whether it's in a performance sport, with dance, which I fell in love with, or whether it was with work and achievement. And it wasn't until I had kids that I really took a different look and recognized a few patterns that were present for me. And one of those being that although I'd healed myself with food and I took care of myself and I exercised, I also didn't make mistakes. So I had it down, right? You give me a plan, I follow it. I didn't make a mistake. That perfection worked for me in that I could have the willpower, the extreme willpower, but all it really was that I found out later was punishment, was restriction. And I got really used to being restricted, really used to not dreaming, really used to not letting go, really used to being in control, having everything scheduled, feeling like as long as I'm on top of everything, then nothing can hurt me in the world. And it doesn't always turn out that way. So it works until it doesn't. And it wasn't until recently, near my 50s, that I discovered how to actually accept and love myself. And so I am on a mission with my coaching to help women achieve that self-love, to help them realize that they are worthy, they are deserving. You don't have to punish yourself. You don't have to beat yourself up over and over and over again for what you perceive as mistakes or good or bad or right or wrong, and that there is freedom beyond that living. Because honestly, I would say up until about 10 years ago, I didn't know that was a choice. I didn't know that that wasn't normal for everybody. And I'm just seriously blessed in this moment to know that there is a way to live a life that isn't constrained by your thoughts, by that inner critic, and you could move forward and actually celebrate the inner cheerleader that does live within all of us when we tune in, when we allow it. So that is what's on my mind today as the first part of my story, and I thank you so much for tuning in.